Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're doing another PvP showcase on the shooter team with the release of the New Year's banners. And the new legends came a couple of extra legends for myself and my account, and those particular characters are Fujikizaru and Sai Uta. I was very blessed to pull both these characters on part 3 and part 4 of their respective banners. I was missing both of them, which is awesome, and then I actually picked up Hiyori from a ticket, so I'm now only missing Momo from regular legend batches. But both these characters work exceptionally well on the shooter team. Now, I was with one of the homies yesterday, and we thought, hey, let's throw a couple multis at the PvP banner and try and get Shinobu Raizu, because I was talking to some of my homies in the Discord, and apparently this unit is very good, and after pulling them and seeing what they can do, yes, they are very good. They buff shooter characters, however, when they take damage, they give up to level 4 defense. Plus, with their special, they do a bunch of 2000 fixed damage, which is very good, and they have a 100% chance to action bind enemies within a large radial range. This ability is just so good for the shooter team, because it can slow down the opposition, stop them from doing damage, stopping them from picking off pieces of the puzzle, and then you can do stuff like that with Ace, which is just absolutely insane. On top of that, Kizaru Fuji are such a phenomenal character for the PvP shooter team. Now, unfortunately, with Kizaru having the same name as the PvP Rare Recruit Kizaru, means you can't run both of them on the same team. However, this particular Kizaru Fuji is disgustingly strong. They have the ability to do a 35% HP cut. They give themselves level 5 CT and level 5 attack, and then they pick out 3 units twice to do a bunch of damage to, and it's absolutely insane how much damage output this actually is. And seeing them go to town on literally the entire team is very nice. However, they do have a very high CD, so that's why we've brought the PvP Rare Recruit Usopp. Now, the PvP Rare Recruit Usopp's been around since the first Film Red celebration, so from V1 Uta, and now is actually showing some prowess, because shooters don't have that many PvP Rare Recruits. And like I said, the best one is Kizaru, but he does clash with Kizaru Fuji. And to make this an 8-man team, I did need to bring some sort of PvP Rare Recruit. And funny enough, Usopp actually fit the bill. He has the ability to give CD reduction just like Uta. Plus, he also lowers the enemy's attack by level 10 and gives them a miss chance, which is very interesting. So as you can see here, he gets level 7 attack to your team. He gives you a crit bonus as well, and then he gives you CD reduction, so that way your Fujikizaru can do this in the first 30 seconds of the fight, plus with Uta giving the cooldowns as well, and then you have Raizu and Shinobu going to action bind, slowing the enemy down, and then Ace can come in, lower the defense, and do some damage too. You can do some really nice stuff. However, there are characters that run around like Roger and Whitebeard, like King, like Kid, that can go through defense, even Luffy Yamato towards the back end of fights. They can go through defense and can pick apart your team. Now, that's a big reason why I wanted to make this shooter team an 8-man team. I was trying stuff with like Usopp Yasop, which therefore meant you couldn't use the PvP Usopp, and then running like a 6-man team. But unfortunately, if I did ever come up against something that sort of just took out 2 units, I was just really stuck with losing a lot of the glue. However, I did find that the PK Maha was a very interesting addition to this team. He's a fighter shooter character, and his PvP abilities give level 5 attack and something like that to shooter characters. He's not a great unit, but he's a 20 cost unit. In the back end of a fight, he can come in and do some fixed damage. Now, this fight seemed basically all but lost because of the Roger Whitebeard kill. However, Shinobu and Raizu show how powerful they are right here by action binding the entire team. And once this happens and you have a unit like King on the bench, all you need to do is wait for that special to be charged. King can come in, and if all the enemies are clumped together, you can do something like this and sort of just take out the entire team. So the shooter team, it's not foolproof. It's not the best team in the game, but it has been a lot of fun running something like Shinobu Raizu and having that ability to sort of action bind the entire team, stopping them from doing what they're trying to do, and then have Uta and Usopp give a bunch of cooldowns to stuff like Ace and Fujikizaru, and seeing how much damage output they can actually apply to the opposition team. It's actually been a lot of fun. It's been really cool, and this team is creeping up as, again, another one of my favorite teams to run. But what to run it against is the real question, because it doesn't really have like a designated shooters are so good against this team sort of situation. They kind of just gonna get thrown in against anything that can kind of stop them with action bind or special bind and all that kind of stuff. But with the damage output of Kizaru, Fuji, and Ace, you can go up against a majority of things and have good success. It's not the Free Spirit team, though. It's not the Slasher team, though. It's not the Striker team. It's not like the big old Strength team and that new Quick Slash team that's running around, but it's a lot of fun, and it's very interesting to see how these shooter pieces of the puzzle have come together over the last couple of months to build out this particular team. Shooters have had so many buffs in the last months, so to be able to see them run a functional, powerful team is actually really nice to see. Not only we had this Uta and this Fuji Kizaru, but we've also had this Shinobu and Raizo. We've also had Iron. We've had the 6+ of Zephyr, as well as the level limit break of the PvP Kizaru as well. So we've had a lot of stuff working in Shooter's favor. We've had Izo before Anniversary as well. It's another shooter character you guys can run on the team. Obviously, at the back end of the start of last year, we had Ace being like the start of that shooter meta. Plus, you have Chopper, 6+, you could easily run him there. You could do some fun stuff with Sai and Quick, and then build it out with stuff like Zeph, Kuzan, Iron, and those types of units, and then use Chopper and build it very Sai and Quick-centric. But like the big character that I do want to focus on is Kizaru Fuji. Like, Kizaru Fuji have actually just blown me away with how powerful this unit is. And if they weren't shooter-centric, if they could slide into like the Slasher team, maybe they can, maybe I just haven't read their abilities right. Let me know in the comment section below if they do work on the Slasher team, because I would be very, very keen to try them over there. But that has been an outlier in the sense of how powerful these characters actually are. And like I said, Kizaru's Fuji ability to do the 35% HP cut and then do a bunch of damage after that, give themselves an attack buff, and get their cooldowns very fast thanks to stuff like Usopp and Uta, means that you can just start throwing out their specials over and over and over again and just pick apart the team so nicely with the action bind of Raizo and Shinobu. Like 51 attack right there. Like, there's just 51 attack. That's so much. Level 10 CD as well before the last 30 seconds to themselves is just ridiculous. Plus, Uta's also giving that special CD back into their cooldowns. As you guys can see here, that 20% goes straight back in, and then you can just keep funneling into stuff like Shinobu and Raizo and just getting the action bind off as well. So, taking on some of the big challenges here as well. And like this team, it's sort of just making its way through them very comfortably, very nicely. But obviously, these are challenge fights. They aren't sort of player-made teams, which have some of those big boppers on it, like your big strength teams, your big slasher teams, and all that kind of stuff. I'd be keen to try them in regular Rumble, but look, it's always a bit of a tough one when going into regular Rumble and using gems there. But who knows, maybe when Championship comes around, we might do some fun stuff. Maybe they boost it down the line and we do some cool stuff there too. Because like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with this particular team. And if you guys are running shooters in PvP, let me know if you guys are doing anything differently. If there's some other characters I've glossed over. Like I said, I'd love to do stuff like Zeph and Iron. Do some more quick-centric stuff with like Kuzan. Then bring Ace and Uta as well. But I do think shooters do need another very good PvP rare recruit to sort of just put them over the edge in terms of having extra pieces of the puzzle for the bench. As you guys can see here, I'm running Rebecca Toy Soldier, PK, Maha, and then King. King's just like a great unit to sort of just save a fight, and obviously with Maha being fighter as well, he kind of worked out in that regard. And then Rebecca Toy Soldier, they're a shooter, but they also boost Sai, which means that if they come in over something like Usopp or something like Fuji Kizaru, they can at least boost Ace and Uta there as well. So going up against the Blue Jam quick fight now, I wanted to sort of go into something that was going to test Raizo and Shinobu just a little bit more. But funny enough, like the action bind of Raizo Shinobu basically just kept Sugar at bay the entire fight and just literally stopped everything Sugar was trying to do. And with that, I kind of just, even with the bad RNG here of getting the cooldowns while Fuji Kizaru already had their special, but I'm getting that haste ability from Uta because she's so low was actually really, really nice to see. So that way you can start popping off some of these specials and getting a lot of damage output, getting the action bind back for Raizo and Shinobu, and that all worked out pretty hunky-dory there. This 100% chance to action bind is so good, and if the enemy is immune to action bind, obviously it's not going to work in the favor like a Kainu right there, but still having that action bind ability against some of the big bopping teams, like you guys saw with Slashes, just being able to action bind the entire thing and then just walk away unscathed, it's so freaking nice. Like, it's such a really, really good ability. Ace holds his own with his damage output, Uta with the cooldowns, the HP cuts and the damage of Fuji Kizaru is really impressive. And then little Usopp coming in, doing his due diligence with his cooldowns too, was really, really nice to see. But let me know what you guys think of the shooter team in the comment section below. Let me know if there's any changes that you guys would make, or if there's anything that you would like to see with this particular team, and maybe we'll do another showcase on it in the future. But if you guys enjoyed the video, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, whether you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.